in this question, we have to consider both men and women, because of course, it takes two people to conceive a baby and for a baby to be formed. So there is no evidence actually from research to show that the vaccination affects men's fertility. First of all, we'll start with the men. We'll do that, and then we'll come to the women. So there's no research evidence to say that vaccination affects men's fertility. But it's important to remember that getting COVID itself for young men can lead to problems with impotence. And so if there is impotence, then that can lead to fertility issues as well. And so if we are thinking about the balance between getting COVID versus not getting COVID and protecting yourself from at least the severe forms of COVID with vaccination, then vaccination will not affect your fertility as a young man, but actually getting COVID might cause impotence. Coming to young women, now again, there's lots of research and it shows that vaccination does not affect fertility in women. But it's also important to think about what it does to women's periods, because often women think about fertility in terms of what happens to their periods. If I have regular periods, that means I'm fertile. If my periods are not regular, that could mean that I am not fertile. So there's been recent research that has looked at what happens to the periods if you take vaccination, and it has shown that the vaccination can delay your period in the cycle that you have the vaccine. So for example, if I was due to have my period in 2 weeks and I have my vaccine today, then my period might be delayed, and that delay might be somewhere between half day to 1 day. And because we take 2 doses, sometimes 3 weeks apart or 4 weeks apart, so it might be that you have both your doses in the same cycle. So I've just finished my period, I've had my first dose, and then I'm going to have my second dose in 3 weeks. And of course, my period will not have come in 3 weeks. And in that situation, research shows that there's a delay sometimes of up to 2 days with the next period. But all of these delays in the periods and changes in the periods are temporary, and periods go back to completely normal. And so then there is no effect on periods and hence no effect on fertility. The other question is the effect on fertility, as in, will there be a problem with conception? Again, there is nothing to suggest that there is any effect of COVID vaccination on conception and getting pregnant. And so women and men should feel confident about getting vaccination so that they know that it protects them from any problems with fertility rather than causes any problems with fertility.